Okay, wow, you guys. Check it out, man. Kai Pacha with the weekly Pele report for February 25th with an icy waterfall. Ow! Freaking found it, man. Catawba Falls. I'm stopping here in North Carolina for a little bit. And, yeah, just heard about these. So, it's a bit of a hike up here, but wow. Wow. Mother Nature in all of her splendor. Mercury stationing retrograde today, you guys. The moon going into Cancer for a little cardinal water. There's cardinal water. Cardinal water can be cold. Cancer's not always lovey-dovey, man. They got a hard shell, those crabs. And when it's cold, it's cold. Anyway, yeah, so, yeah, moon's squaring Mercury, Venus. And Mercury, Venus are coming into a full conjunction on Friday. I mean, they were conjunct January 30th. Less than a month ago, and they've been traveling together for like since then. They haven't gotten more than 8 degrees apart. So, you know, Mercury passed up Venus and now is going retrograde, going back there again for 3 weeks, you know, and I'll talk about what that means, but then they are going to come back, you know, and then, well, Mercury's going to catch up to Venus again, too. I mean, the dance goes on. But lots of thinking about love and money these days, right? Oh, my God. And what else is going on? Let's look at Mars a little bit, okay? Mars is squaring Uranus in the final degrees from Aquarius to Taurus. Until Monday, Mars goes into Pisces. Doo, 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 doo. Yeah, baby. So the changes are going on. And, you know, that moon moves, you know, into Leo on Saturday. Comes around into Virgo by Monday. And before you get another Pele report, there will be the lunar eclipse at 12 degrees, 54 minutes of Virgo. So I'm going to read the Sabian symbol for that, the 13th degree of Virgo for you today. I didn't really go for it that much myself, but if I got time, I would also like to read the degree that Mercury is stationing to go retrograde. That's the 23rd degree of Pisces. And I just like that one a little more. That one goes a little more with the mantra. But hey, let me look at the camera and tie it all together. Right? All right, everybody. I'm going to try to talk loud enough because I know the water noise is too loud for some of you. And you'll have a hard time hearing me. It's all right, you don't have to comment. I know. But this is as best as I can do. And what do I want to say today? Today is, yeah, this is what a time we are in. What I want to talk about today is, well, the mantra. But there's a lot going on. Okay, let's look at it this way. There's a lot going on. Saturn, Neptune is, you know, still very strongly in the process of, you know, wiping away our illusions. Yeah, the end of illusions. And, you know, whether it's in Mexico, now the latest, or Iran, or, you know, leaders getting jailed because of the Epstein files, one way or the other, you know, everybody is getting disillusioned. And we're really still dealing with, you know, this process of, you know, releasing and letting go of our innocence, of our naivety. And some of that, is involved with, losing hope and really coming into a place of, it can be despair. It can certainly be depression. It can certainly be dealing with a lot of grief. And, this is still going to continue on for, quite a little while now. I would say while Mercury is going retrograde, this is where the mantra, is coming from. And the thought that is really in the Sabian symbol for this 20th. Let me read that for you. I think it's very powerful. And, I've been here before because Saturn has been here before. But this is a materializing medium giving a seance. The ability to give of one's own vital energy to substantiate one's conscious ideals or unconscious desires. The person who believes he or she has a mission or a mandate or any special gift that can be of value to their community must substantiate this belief, have to produce results. Sometimes it always involves difficulties and special conditions or circumstances. It always demands to some extent the gift of some power of value, which is deeply one's own. The thought of sacrifice was suggested by the white lamb in the first symbol of this series. Something precious involved in a deeply personal experience has to be surrendered, offered to others. The medium's psychic substance provides the materials made visible in the phenomena if the latter are genuine. After the seance, the medium is usually exhausted. It's very interesting that Mercury stationing retrograde today, conjoining with Venus at this degree very beautifully, is going to retrograde back to the north node of the moon, just in time for the spring equinox, the vernal equinox, March 21st. We're going to have Mercury station conjunct the north node of the moon while the sun moves into Aries. And, during that time, Mars is also going to be in Pisces. So we've got the north node of the moon. Right now, Venus, Mercury, Mars joining them, all in Pisces. The sign of the psychic, the sign of the medium, the sign of the mystic, the sign of surrender, channeling, mediumship, allowing ourselves to become vessels of light, instruments of divine intelligence. Retrograde Mercury for the next 3 weeks is a time period of individualizing our mental processes, our communication, our thinking. There's nothing linear and logical about Pisces, baby. So Mercury in Pisces is like, let your mind go. Let it wander. Not all those who wander are lost. This is a time of dream journaling. This is a time of seances, Ouija boards, rituals, ceremonies. Yeah, time in meditation. Time to really paint, draw, dance, sing. Most of all, connect with the spirit. And the best way to do that, I was thinking about that, and I had to take this 2-mile hike up to the top of the freaking mountain to get here. because they're still cleaning up after the hurricane and the river trail was closed. Silence. Silence. The 12th house, Pisces, Neptune, is a place of silence and stillness. Shh. My favorite mantra. Absolutely. The 12th house rules ashrams, monasteries, convents, cathedrals, hospitals, Vipassana retreat centers, places where you go to be alone, to connect with the divine, to shut up. I want to encourage you, with all the news and all the temptation. You know, AI wants to grab you. Social media wants to grab you. I mean, you know, there's a price now for your attention. Your attention. Your conscious attention has a price tag on it right now. The advertisers are looking for you. They're going to pay for you, baby. And they're going to want to suck you in. And it's a trap. Don't get trapped in the bullshit, in the temporary phenomena. This too shall pass. We've got an eclipse coming up here. This is a time for powerful downloads. South node of the moon. This lunar eclipse, the moon is on her own south node, which is great. She's weakened. So our subconscious, okay, our lunar psychotic nature is weakened. It's not as strong. It's easier to kind of calm down and still and feel. And let that sun conjunct the north node of the moon, the dragon's head, the soul destiny point. Really draw in. Let that dragon swallow some of great mystery and bring it on into you, gaining a deeper purpose of your mission here. So this is really, you know, this is really special. This is a really special weekend, a really special time. And do not be deceived. There, I believe, is some conscious, intentional distraction happening. The timing of these raids, the timing of these bombings, the timing of, these, dramatic events, okay, directly coincide with an extremely potent period where it's almost like, the gates of heaven are open. And there is, okay, a desire on the part of some to block those gates, to close those gates, to trap us in materialism. And I don't want to get too dark or too negative, but it's been coming to me now that, we're off to a slow start. Saturn is here in Aries, okay, for 2.5 years. And it's really time. We need to discipline ourselves. Saturn is discipline, the disciple. Yeah? And Aries is our instinct, our sexual instincts, our animal instincts, our desires. It's really time to become disciples. It's really time to like really have patience. And that's why the mantra for today is about patience. And the wise one within us that has patience. And Saturn rules old age, chronos, maturity, the elder within us. No matter how old we are, we can have an old soul that's been through a lot of lifetimes here. So I don't know, I mean, I want to take the Saturn, Neptune, through the houses. Let's say that you're Pisces rising and this, Saturn, Neptune is in the first house. And this is myself, my vitality. And this can be a time period, and has been a time period maybe through 2025, where you've been low energy, low vitality, and kind of feeling like you're not getting your way, like the world is against you. And you can take it personally. And you can feel guilty. You can feel inadequate. You can feel weak. You can feel weakened. And I want to encourage you that this is over now. And you're beginning a new cycle. A new 28-year cycle of life. It's time for a new identity. And this Saturn-Neptune really wants to sensitize you. Sensitize you to the spiritual realms. And that may involve maybe letting go of some earthly desires, ambitions, materialistic goals. But trust in spirit. You will be guided. Let's say that you're an Aquarius rising and this Saturn, Neptune has been going through, your second house in 2025, or it's going to now. And this, this can really affect your sense of self-esteem, your sense of self-worth. It can be really hard to love yourself during these days. It can be that, you're feeling all of your inadequacies and fault-finding. And it can be really challenging to embrace your imperfections. But this is a time of forgiveness. And it starts with yourself. Just forgiving yourself and starting with where you are. Letting go of the goals. I'll love myself when I'm this, that, or the other thing. Now you got to start like right where you are with all your blemishes and all your faults, and just kind of like embrace yourself as you are. And forgive yourself and let go. It's going to happen. It's going to come through for you in a couple of years, but like I say, we're off to a slow start, and it's time to really set a foundation, a financial foundation for yourself. Get those feet on the ground, brick by brick, little by little, with work and effort. You can do this. If you're Capricorn rising and you got this going through your third house, Mercury, Gemini, you may be having trouble with your family, with your siblings, brothers and sisters, with your neighbors, but probably most importantly, with your own mind. You may be going out of your mind. This can be really hard to become aware of things that you'd rather not see or become aware of. And it's really hard to understand what is happening in a logical, rational way. It's like, the straight line thinking, I thought I was going here. It's not there. It's not happening for you. So this can be a time of severe mental anguish and anxiety, kind of a loss of control of your own mind. So what you really want to do is like follow these exercises of mindfulness and letting go. and like really stepping into that mystical realm. It's pretty trippy, you know. You want to like really keep track of those thoughts, because it's like it's a real time of developing your psychic sensitivity. But the problem with spirit a lot of times is it's out of touch with time, and so we get fouled up, we get lost, we get a dream or we get a download. You know, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, I'm going to meet this person, it's time to move on from that, it's time to da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And you think it's going to happen right away, and it doesn't, and then you begin to doubt. But just understand, these things may happen far off in the future, and you may be getting a foreshadowing. That's not going to happen for a long time from now. So you got to have patience. Patience. And not doubt. Don't doubt yourself. Let's say that you're Sag rising and you got this stuff going on in your 4th house. This has been a time of deep emotional grieving. Yeah? With family. With mom. With dad. It can be a time of deep memories from childhood coming up for you. And just kind of like, you know, breaking illusions around what you thought happened, who you thought mom and dad was, what you thought, you know, life was all about, what you've been told. Strong emotional releasing necessary here. And the challenge again is to forgive and not to blame and point fingers, but to also embrace yourself first. Yeah? Nurturing yourself, forgiving yourself for not knowing better, for being dumb, stupid, ignorant, going along with the program or whatever. Then you can forgive others. Don't forgive prematurely. Yeah, if things have been bad, things have been wrong, own it, feel it, and then you can move on. Let's say that you're what? Scorpio rising, you had this going on in your 5th house. Maybe some challenge with children, challenge with having children or getting pregnant, challenge with some of your creations, whether it's children, businesses, your artwork, your paintings, your music, just putting yourself out there. It's been hard. Not so much fun happening for you lately. Too much work going on. But it's really time to reflect. And, you know, you're here for more than fun. And, yeah, it may not be as, you know, dramatic and vital and energized and wild, but those times will come again. Those times will come again. There's a time and a place for everything. And, you know, there's also just a time for, like, really calming, centering, and really, like, focusing your energy. And maybe creating something really profound. And it may take a while before it's ready. So, yeah, maybe not be too outward, but yeah, just like really focused on creating your legacy. It'll happen. It's going to take time. 6th house, Libra rising. Got this going on in your 6th house of health. Could be having a little hard time with the health, with work. Some crisis happening that's really forcing you to make some tough decisions. Yeah, you can't do it all. You have to step out of victim, savior, rescuer, and perpetrator, You got to get off the triangle, man. And just like really, yeah. It's hard to not want to fix and design and help everybody, but it is, time to step back a little bit. And let's say that you got what is it now? Virgo rising, you got this going on in your 7th house. You could be having some challenges in the relationship arena with partnership. Don't forget, this is a grief aspect. Feel the grief around relationship, partnership. Maybe it's not meant to go on, can't go forward. Okay, and you've been either the martyr or the victim, and you've been left, or you need to leave, or there's just like your spirit is calling you one way and relationships calling you another way, and you're torn between this and that and the other. It's been really challenging. And just be easy on yourself. Everybody, I don't care what house it's in for you. Okay? We've all been going through a very difficult time. Whether you're in a war zone, a riot zone, okay, an economic disaster, let's say it's in the 8th house, all right, and you're Leo rising, something like that going on in the 8th house, yeah, there could be actual death, close ones dying, there could be financial crisis happening around you, with you, by you, for you. This is just really ouch. Let's not lose the faith. You can't lose the hope. I loved all those songs last week. Oh my God, I got to go through. I saw so many links to so many songs, babe. Very inspiring. I'm going to be using those a lot coming up. Anyway, should I finish the rest of these houses? I should, probably. Let's say that you're what? Cancer rising, 9th house. What to believe? Who to believe? Honesty, dishonesty, lies, deceit. What's the point? Losing a sense of purpose, sense of meaning to your life. Because, whoever you followed, whatever you listened to, whatever guru or news report or teachers have just kind of like fallen off their pedestals, and you can just like really lose faith. And it's just really time to boom, you got to bring that faith within, to yourself, to your own truth, right? 10th house, Gemini rising, Saturn, Neptune going through the 10th house. Your reputation, your career, what you thought you were here to do, maybe you're not. And it's time to spiritualize, okay, your efforts and what's been going on. And there can be really challenges with bosses, okay, external authorities, giving you problems, governments. It's a tough time, man. It's a very tough time. And it's a time of also looking at what are your real goals. It's not forget, Saturn is reflection. And now it's time to reflect on spirit, Neptune. So it's not a real great time for getting ahead. Materially, financially, whatever. But it's a time to really, like I say, discipleship. And then let's say that you're a Taurus rising that's going through your 11th house, and or, Saturn, Neptune in the 11th house. You may feel like really you can't find your people, you can't find your tribe, you can't, people are letting you down, your friends are gone, and you're tuning into the world events, and you're trying to, get into the political stuff, and you're getting sidetracked, and you're getting pulled away, and it's super depressing out there, and But maybe your job or your life is telling you have to, you have to stay on top of what's happening. Maybe you're a journalist or a reporter or something, So you're kind of in a place where you need to make changes. These changes are going to come. Know that they will come. And it's going to happen more. The changes are going to happen more when Mars gets out of Pisces. I think it's around April 20th or so. Yeah, Mars is still in Pisces. North Node still in Pisces. Okay, we still got a couple more months of confusion and chaos before the fog is really going to lift. Okay, so we can start to see, we can start to feel, we can start to intuit, but it's not yet really time to take solid action. We're still clearing. And particularly, if you're like an Aries rising and this is happening in your 12th house, heaven forbid, challenging, probably the most. The 12th house is the house of endings, sometimes the house of self-undoing. You need to be very careful not to be swayed. You are the psychic empath. You need to really, the wind comes along to blow my camera over, man. You have to be careful not to be blown away by the world. You need to protect yourself. You need to really find boundaries, find solitude, find space. Take a step back from the world as much as you can. Seclude yourself a little bit. Go within. The spirit lies within and will be found within. So really challenging. You're closing a 28-year period of life. It's a big time for you. A couple of years from now, you'll be glad that you really did your inner work and took that step back, yeah? It's a little bit. And next week I want to go into what I see coming through 2030, through 2040, to 2050. I've been, maybe not next week because I'm in the middle of a workshop. I need to spend some time alone by myself. I'm talking to myself here, baby. But yeah, I want to get into some long-term forecasts, maybe around the equinox or something. I'll get into some long-term forecasts because, I've been getting some downloads and it's not looking real easy, real pretty, or real nice for some time to come. And I see that this is a long paleo report. I don't even know if I want to read the one for the lunar eclipse. A powerful statesman overcomes a state of political hysteria. The focusing of the collective need for order and structural interdependence into a personage who incarnates the answer to this need. And I don't really, this is the lunar eclipse happening. And I don't know that that's really happening right now. But it is saying that the leaders reflect the collective unconscious of what the people need. It's unbelievable how some of these leaders have actually been elected by the people and are really acting on behalf of the people, whether it is conscious or not. So some of this shit that's going down, okay, there's a lot this is a really karmic time. Saturn is the lord of karma. In the sign of Aries, the warrior, for 2.5 years. Saturn in Aries does have to do with war. Yeah, Saturn Neptune has also been associated, okay, with times of war. And, you know, it's not necessarily going to be pretty here on the outside. So let's really build the temple inside. There is a patient, powerful, wise one living within me, waiting for me to ask and listen for guidance that will set me free. Ow! Yeah, baby. It's going to be all right. The song for this week is, I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all the obstacles in my way. Gone all the dark clouds that had me blind. It's going to be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. There's a patient, powerful, wise one living within me, waiting for me, my ego, to ask and listen for the guidance that will set me free. Namaste. Aloha. So much love.